We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control.
Okay.
Right, guys? Well, we might need a little bit of thought control tonight because tonight's going to be a very difficult stream to cover. You know what, baby? I've already been hanging out with the tribe all day. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I told you, didn't I? I was over
Yep.
at Caitlin's Magical Corner
You
earlier, and there was,
did.
God, there had to have been 10 of them in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was kind of fun to
Yeah.
see them. Unfortunately, we got a little bit of bad news. Rockin' Robin Bird is in the hospital.
Oh.
I know. Appendicitis, evidently.
Oh,
Good Lord, Rockin' Robin.
Oh, prayers
What
for
a
Rockin'
season and a
Robin
half it
Bird.
has been
Oh.
for you, girl.
Yeah.
Our thoughts and our prayers, of course, go out to you. And as always, and to any in the tribe who are experiencing difficulties these days. What is the tribe? You know, I always have to take into consideration, folks, that every single stream we've got brand new viewers who don't know what this thing is. And it's for those viewers that I'll say, I'm Michael Noland. The channel is the Michael Noland, the bottom line. And when I stream live, the whole channel magically transforms into the tribal forum. And I am your humble tribe master. Now, being the tribe master isn't a position of power. Not around here, folks. It only means I get to speak first, and then you guys get to tell me how wrong I am in whatever observations I have. And occasionally, a few of you even say, good point, Michael. But the whole idea is to get a conversation, a dialogue going here live. And if you're watching this video late, you couldn't make the stream, but you're catching it on the replay, you know, right there in the comments, you know, make your thoughts known. Okay. And I think we'll all be doing better. Tonight is Tribal Forum number 88, first of all. So we've come a long ways. We're about 12 away from hitting our magic 100th episode, huh? And we're going to be ranking Pink Floyd's albums. We're going to be talking a bit about the album covers, some interesting notes there. And I'll be going over a list that ranks the albums from a UCR article that I've gone over before. But tonight, we're also going to be comparing that list to my current poll. Now, I released this poll minutes apart, all three parts, and if you haven't had a chance to vote on it then, or yet, I should say, be sure to grab and go over to my post and get your votes in, because I want to get a flavor of what you guys think tonight. Okay, and I'll explain that in a minute. It's not so much how I'm going to rank these albums tonight, although I have a few things to say regarding how great some of these albums are, or how not so great some of them are, right? I want to thank everybody who viewed my last stream. My God, what a debacle that thing turned out to be, huh, folks? We had a lot of lagging going on. There was a lot of buffering going on, and I had to shut down. I appreciate all you folks knowing and understanding that. But I was heading up to get up on Royce, and then Royce over on the Four Horsemen had every kind of devil to contend with himself. And if I had known that he was going to be up so late, I would have stayed on and dealt through the lag, and we would have had time to kind of deal with that. So let me know if there's any lagging going on, or if there's a problem with the sound and all of that as we proceed. You know, that last stream has got over 4.1 thousand views. Now that alone puts it in second or third place on my most, you know, heavy performing streams of all time. I did have one stream where we got 9,000 views, but that took the death of Ozzy Osbourne. It was a big topic, right? And I've gotten one more that had like 4,000 views. And this is just absolutely amazing. And of course, I shared a portion of that stream as a regular video, and it's already hit 5.2 thousand. So, and I shared an even thinner portion of that as a short, and that has received over 3,000 views for a total of over 12,000 views in just a couple of days, folks. I want to thank you all for supporting that stream, and that was despite the buffering of a stream that only lasted 22 and a half minutes. Can you believe that? All right, so let's turn our attention to some channel members. I've got a brand new members only video. It's like a 25-minute video. And I encourage any new tribal members, tribal elders, or tribal chieftains to be sure to watch that. I share the video that Soul Train Bro first showed of one of my videos. I go over the top 10 Led Zeppelin songs, and he gives his thoughts on my channel. When he did that, this channel grew like wildfire. So that'll give you kind of some of my background on this channel. And I want to thank Wayne so much for doing that. I may share yet another video. He shared two at a later date on my members only video. Babe, if you see Royce or any of the horsemen making comments that are germane to tonight's issue, please let me know.
All right.
All right. Okay, the horsemen, who are they? Well, the four horsemen consists of Royce Eddings, who is the rider of the black horse. Everybody's going, what the hell is this guy talking about? And he calls himself Resurrection. I took the red horse. I call myself War Horse. Dan McNew, the other one of the four parties involved, took the name Conquest. He's from Just the Facts Man. Oh, is Just the Facts in?
Yeah.
How you doing, Dan? Were your ears burning? And he rides the horse Conquest. And Chris Elliott, brand new permanent member, took the name Peace. All right. So what is this all about? This is a conclave of four different individuals with different music backgrounds discussing whatever classic rock topic that Royce Eddings, my good buddy, comes up with. So I always encourage people to get on over there and take a look, subscribe to his channel, folks, and to Dan McNew's channel, Just the Facts Man. Both these gentlemen, I do business with all the time. I'm over there. We have a partnership. So I encourage everybody to go on over to their channels and subscribe to them. We'll not even discuss Troll Alert. If they show up, you guys know what to do. But remember always, with great power comes great responsibility. Just make sure that it's an obvious troll, then knock them right on out of the park. I appreciate it. The channel's just got to 46,700 subscribers and 12.8 now million views. We're less than 200,000 views away from that strangely lucky number of 13 million views, and we've done that in just like a sliver of time, over 4 years and less than 4 years as a rock channel. And the vast majority of those views come from any time around November 2021 onwards, right? So we haven't even closed in on that rank. Many are complaining about being unsubscribed. Check to see if you're still subscribed and re-click that notification bell. I've been known to do an occasional rogue stream, and those who have their notification bells enamored, they are the ones that will get first dibs on knowing when that stream starts and everything else. All right, I want to get over here. I'm going to do a shout out of members who have given us, because of the stream being weird last time, I'm going to shout out really quickly here, folks. No disservice to any of these people, but I want to get right into the meat of tonight's subject. But all of these people are helping keeping this channel financially alive, and we couldn't do it without you. JP3000, in with a $5 super thanks. John C. in with another $5 super thanks. JP3000 in with yet another $5 super thanks. Just the Facts Man, Dan McNew himself, in with a $10 super thanks. The Four Horsemen in with a $10 super thanks. That's my good buddy Royce. Just busting in with a $5 super thanks. Deuces Wild in with a $20 super thanks. Thank you, Deuce. And Rockin' Robin Bird, the fragile Rockin' Robin Bird right now, being in the hospital, in with a $2 super thanks. We call that swinging the deuce hammer, folks. And John C. in again with a $5 super thanks. Ben Scheidegger in with a $2 super thanks. Michael Boswell, $2 super thanks. The Four Horsemen in with another $10 super thanks. Storm Cop James, my man, Storm Cop 55. It was good to see him back. He's slowly recovering. Another one who has fallen ill, and he's out of the hospital, but he's recovering at home, and it's slow. Blessings to you, James, with a $10 super thanks. Deuces Wild with a $5 super thanks. He followed that up with another $2 super thanks. Are You There in with a $2 super thanks. Just Bustin' in with yet another super thanks. And Are You There came in last time with a $5 super thanks. We weren't even on long enough to get any super thanks. And Irgesplitten Laudenboomer, aka Gear Jam, also purchased 5 free memberships that people took advantage of, and that's like a $25 super thanks. Thank you so much, Gear Jam. I sure appreciate it. All right, so that kind of gets us to the meat of the subject here. All right, what is it about Pink Floyd that I like so much? I mean, after all, they're not really the most consistent band in rock as far as personnel lineups, things like that. They've produced masterpieces, and then at times some fans would claim not so great disaster pieces as well, right? They aren't even known by a real key lineup. I mean, with the early departure of Syd Barrett and the later firing of Richard Wright and the eventual removal of the ego, formerly known as Roger Waters, who said that the group, Pink Floyd, were nothing without him, that he was Pink Floyd. They still managed to produce post-Water albums, one of them even being one of my very favorite albums by Pink Floyd, The Division Bell. Right? Now, is the writing, the lyrics, as good as what Roger Waters would have come up with for that music? No, I don't think so. But Roger Waters is a true genius. He knows how to get to a point. He knows how to allude, where he, at least at one point, he did know these things, right? And he didn't have to beat you over the head like, like you're a clubbed seal with you going, huh? As far as the message. Later on, he did that a whole lot. But not back in the day with this band. So, they managed to put out The Division Bell. The lyrics are good. They're good lyrics. There's nothing wrong with them. Professional songwriting. So congrats to Ms. Gilmore herself, putting in so much to that album. But I think it's an underrated album. I think it's one of Pink Floyd's better albums, right? And perhaps not the greatest albums that included Roger Waters, but truly a very good album. A great album. I don't know. What do you guys think? Look for some comments on what people might think about the Division Bell, because I think there is a division bell between fans on that particular album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know people, babe, that have told me that they cannot stand that album. Oh, God.
Oh, Fast Eagle likes it.
He likes it good. I saw Fast Eagle.
He says he has high hopes. It's a favorite.
Yeah. And was it Vaic that was in earlier too? Yeah, I saw you guys in there. But, you know, and then the band has this continued feud ever since the departure of Roger Waters, who didn't have a problem with him really going on as long as he was the center focus. But when he decided, he just saw them as you can't do it without me, right? And in my humble opinion, because of all of this, the bickering that's gone on, the preaching of politics over the music, let people make up their own damn minds what the music's about. You know, that's always been my final analysis as far as music. I can hear music by a person who is not of my political leanings and still get tons out of their music, right? And so I had no trouble, especially early Roger Waters lyrics. And so in my humble opinion, they are truly the enigma band of classic rock. That's why I've placed them as Hades on my Mount Rock Olympus list. Now, bear with me again, once again, longtime viewers, but I know that a lot of you newer viewers don't know about Mount Rock Olympus. What the hell is Mount Rock Olympus, Mildred? Right? It is a list of 13 bands, of course, each band representing one of the gods of the fabled Grecian Olympus, right? And the only gods that I've named by the bands are Zeus. I give that title to the Beatles. Poseidon, second in charge. Led Zeppelin, baby. And Hades. All right, I gave the third big brother, you know, the big three gods, right? Hades, I gave to Pink Floyd, my third favorite band, and you guys, for the most part, concur in the list because you guys put that list together the second time around, right? So they're very highly ranked. And they're number 3 on that list of classic rock's greatest bands, folks. Now, Doc has something to say regarding tonight's stream, and I wanted to go over there and see if I can find his comment. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, okay, got to pull this thing up. I'm old now, folks. Good Lord. I might need a magnifying glass, darling. Anyway, Doc always comes up with some pithy things to say, and Christopher Francis, I like his response here too, so I'll read both these comments. Good morning, Michael. I'll have to think it over for most of them, but I got my top 5. Number 1, Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Now, holy shades of Syd Barrett there, right? Number 2, Dark Side of the Moon. Number 3, Animals. Number 4, Wish You Were Here. Number 5, Saucer Full of Secrets, said he. All right. Christopher Francis came in. Good list, Doc. I will have to go with number 1, Wish You Were Here. Number 2, Dark Side of the Moon. Second time it only got up to number 2. Number 3, Metal. Love that. Number 4, The Division Bell. Christopher Francis ranks The Division Bell quite high.
Yeah.
Outranking his 5th choice, Momentary Lap of Reason. Okay? So, wow. What an incredible couple of comments before I even got a chance to get up here and give my 2 cents worth.
Yeah.
But now Doc goes, but Roger Waters, Richard Wright, and Dave Gilmour rose to the occasion on Saucer Full of Secrets. Good point. And linked the void of Syd's departure and the next 5 years up to the middle was the era of exploration. That's the way I've always seen them too, brother. With metal, they found out what would become their classic sound. Agreed. Started with Echoes, yes, and Dark Side of the Moon. They focused on universal themes of loss, confusion, madness with state-of-art production and those very things, loss, confusion, madness, perfectly represented by Mount Rock Olympus's Hades band, wouldn't you say? He goes on to say, at this point, Syd Barrett's unfortunate departure serves as the cornerstone of their subject matter. Right. A departing member actually had a whole lot to do with what Roger Waters offered us as far as lyrics, didn't they? So I love that. His presence is all over Dark Side, and especially the follow-up, Wish You Were Here, culminating in one of rock's most unbelievable stories while recording the song they wrote about Sid, Shine On You Crazy Diamonds. A fat, shorthand, middle-aged stranger shows up at the studio, and at first they didn't even recognize him, did they, Doc? Wasn't that something? I love it. All right, so now before I get on to my poll, or this article, I want to go over to my poll. Holy shades. He said it in a prophetic way, Anna. You know he did. Oh, Lord. Okay, so let's see. Wherefore art thou, O poll? Good Lord, this phone's jerry-rigged me all over the countryside, darling.
With a $5
Oh, the $5 super, thanks. How did that get on there? Okay, so let's just see here. Go to the channel. Sorry about that, folks. And this is what happens. You have multi-screens on a phone. Whole lot of fun. And let's get on over to my post. Okay, very good. 3-part post. Right now, here's the standings. The offering, the question to all 3 parts. And then after this stream, a few hours after this stream, I will put the top vote getters as the finals. So there's still time to affect the finals, all right? And you can continue to vote on this stream. This is a brand new stream. It's only been up about 6 hours on part 1, and here's the question for all 3 parts. Which of the following Pink Floyd albums do you think is the better album? All right? The 4 choices in part 1 were The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, 1967, Animals from 1977, A Saucer Full of Secrets, already mentioned by a couple of you, from 1968, and The Division Bell from 1994. In last place is A Saucer Full of Secrets. See, already contention. In second to last place is, and by a narrow margin, but The Division Bell. See, I know there's a lot of folks that don't care for that album. And in second place, by a thread, I think, The Division Bell had 13%. At 15%, second place, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. And then in first place, Animals, with 66% of you voting for Animals. A wonderful, wonderful album, and one of my very favorite Pink Floyd albums, no freaking doubt. As many of you already know, I've done a complete breakdown on that album in the past, haven't I? All right, so part 2, the choices were Wish You Were Here from 1975, Momentary Lap of Reason from 1987, Atom Heart Mother from 1970, and The Wall from 1979. In last place, tied for last place, 4% each, is A Momentary Lap of Reason and Atom Heart Mother. In second place, believe it or not, folks, The Wall with 29%. And in first place, Wish You Were Here by 63%. That's almost as large a margin as the first part, isn't it? Okay, and the newest by a nose, the offerings were, we all heard you, son. You're a man. Okay, this people, I tell you. So once again, which of the following Pink Floyd albums do you think is the better album? Not your favorite, the better album, all right? You had a choice between Metal from 1971, Animals from 1977, Pink Floyd at Pompeii. I put that on there as a personal favorite. Okay, I was so excited about that. And also, it's a live album, but I included it. And The Dark Side of the Moon. And in last place is Metal. And Metal's great. Man, in last place. In last place is Pink Floyd at Pompeii. I'm sorry. 3%, then Metal, at 6%. And in second place, Animals, and it's because I blew it with Animals. It should have been another album. I'm sorry. So we'll have to go with this list. There's just me, folks. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm old and decrepit. And in first place, by the largest margin so far in all three parts, is The Dark Side of the Moon at 69%. Okay? All right, so that gets us over to, where did I go? I know I had this. Oh, I had it, and then, yeah, I see what I did.
Oh my goodness, hon. Royce just came in with a $20 super thing.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's so
Right
sweet,
when I was
Royce.
trying to
Thank
find my
you.
notes, brother.
Oh, my
thank you.
goodness.
Let me get on over here and acknowledge this.
Aw.
Let's see, I got to get back over to live.
Royce showed up.
Yeah, I know that Royce was having trouble to make it today. He had a very important meeting. I left you a chat on that, Royce, in Messenger. He just came in. Oh, wonderful. I'll give you a thumbs up. I can't give you a heart, brother, with a $20 super thanks, just to kind of announce he's in. Were your ears burning, Royce?
Yep, he showed up with the super thing.
Yeah,
It was so
we gave him
nice.
quite a shout out earlier in the stream, didn't we, baby? Don't you think? I think we made him look rather good, if I don't say so myself. Don't say so
Yeah.
yourself, then, Michael. But yeah, all right. Let me get on over here. The best way to hear is now to the article, and I had it set up, but I was looking up lyrics at the last moment, and it changed it on me. All right. Now, according to this article, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this article. I want you guys to think about this ranking. I'm not going to be ranking these, okay? Because I've kind of held off ranking the Pink Floyd albums. I've told you maybe what my top 5 are in the past or whatever, but it's been a couple of years now, coming up to 4 years, since I started this channel. And I've always been uneasy in ranking Pink Floyd's albums because even the worst of their stuff is so damned interesting, you can get some great stuff out of it, right? But tonight, for casual viewers, this could serve as an offering to them. Here's what the tribe suggests, right? So according to this article, and I also had a note on that I wanted to read, if I can find that. Yeah, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, here's what they said in the article. They said, as with so many classic rock bands, Pink Floyd shifted and changed over the decades with only their name, drummer Nick Mason, and a sense of space rock adventure as constants in their music. The vast majority of their albums and the backbone of Pink Floyd's tradition arrived courtesy of David Gilmour, Nick Mason, Rick White. They call him Rick White. How dare you? How dare you? That's Richard Wright to you. And Roger Waters. A lineup which over a period from 1968 to 1979, so 11 years, served as the architects of the career-making moments like The Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, The Wall, and Animals, among others. But Pink Floyd also issued a pair of 60s-era recordings with the late Syd Barrett, including The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, right? And a quartet with Waters, Wright, and Mason, and others. In other words, a saucer full of secrets. It says later, Pink Floyd recorded three as a trio, with the final cut with David Gilmour, Mason, and Waters, and both 1994's Division Bell and 2014's Endless River. Not one of my favorite Pink Floyd efforts, actually, but what a divine cover. I just read some things about that cover. We might get time to get through that, because I want to talk about some of these covers tonight as well. Keep that in mind. All right? But how do these 15 projects stack up to one another? can any Pink Floyd album challenge their celebrated opus, Dark Side of the Moon, for the top spot? Well, according to a couple of you already, yes. You know, it says we took a moment to find some order in this lengthy legacy of music, ranking Pink Floyd's albums from worst to best. All right, so they're going to rank Pink Floyd's albums from worst to best on this list. At number 15, okay, and Pink Floyd at Pompeii's not on this list. Keep that in mind. So I kind of tossed that in. I just wanted to see if anybody was biting out there. All right. So at number 15, Umaguma. Okay. Umaguma. According to UCR, Umaguma is the worst Pink Floyd album and one of their best album covers. All right. Awesome album cover. You can just look at that for hours and figuring out, and it just keeps going down, 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 doesn't it? I love it. Okay, number 14, More. Okay, but it has its moments. I like it. But I'm not uncomfortable with that ranking, I guess. Number 13, A Momentary Lapse of Reason. Might have gone up a nibble on my list. I don't know. What do you guys think? Third worst Pink Floyd album, according to them. All right, and then comes Obscured by Clouds. Yeah, okay. I'm okay with it here. All right, it's starting to get some momentum. You know, we're not at the true bottom of the list anymore. Okay, here's one that I think should have been at the true bottom, and of course that's the Endless River. But I'm looking at that album cover right now, and it's just so absolutely wonderful. Okay, so this gets us down to the 10 Pink Floyd albums in the top 10. Okay, in last place, The Final Cut. I'm okay with that. All right, number 10. There's some gems on it. A Saucer Full of Secrets at number 9, and The Division Bell at number 8. Okay, so according to this list, The Division Bell isn't, the be-all, end-all worst album that Pink Floyd ever came up with, right?
Deuce just
This is a good place to stop off. How you doing, Deuce?
Oh, Deuce, that is so sweet.
He is. He's an angel of a man, darling.
That is wonderful.
Let me get in here and find. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Trying to see. Usually, I have this device can do one thing, and then I have my iPad here. It can do other things. And boy, did we just get another one? Flipping through?
I'm saying thank you to Deuce. I don't know. Did you see another one?
I thought I saw something come up on the corner of my eye, but let me see.
I think that was Deuce, wasn't it?
It may have been, baby. Maybe mine was coming in a little bit
Wait a minute.
late, you know.
Wait a second.
No, we got another one.
Dan did it again?
Dan, yeah.
Dan?
So Deuce's Wild was in. Baby, could you read Deuce's comment for me?
Yes, I can.
He gave us he gave us a $20 super thanks.
Well, this is Deuce's right here.
Okay.
He says, I placed the Division Bell and A Momentary Lapse of Reason as dark horse candidates. They showed they can continue and make greatness with Waters like they did a time before without Sid. A third version of the band that worked.
Well said.
Yeah,
I like
very
that.
Nice.
I like that. We're going to be talking about the Final Cut cover. I think we might even be talking about the Division Bells cover as well. And baby, could you read, Dan was in with a $20 super thanks as well. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are so very giving. Thank you so much. Could you read Dan's comment for me?
Yep, 1 second. Dan. Where did he go?
He's down at the bottom there somewhere.
Shoot. Where'd he go?
Well, let me read it then.
If you could, hon. I'm not seeing Dan's.
I will match Royce's super chat. Such a great channel. Thanks, Michael and Kimberly, he says. Dan, thank you. You know what I feel about you, brother. You know, you make you're the secret sauce of the Four Horsemen, as far as I'm concerned. I think you know that. Nothing but kudos to you every single time. Now, where were we? Oh, the division bell at number 8. I think, considering all the slack that album has gotten, you know, that album came out, what was that, 94? 1994, yeah. Okay, so just to give you an idea, I was, let's see, I was 39 at that point. And I was just so damn excited that Pink Floyd, and you got to understand, this is right after I quit drinking, folks. For the longtime viewers know this, but I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've been sober for over 36 years, but before I was sober, I was something to behold. And there was a time period that I was so busy drinking and recording my own music that I kind of lost track of some of the big band's current themes there for a few years. And then the drinking got out of control. And then I was in recovery. Then I got into the martial arts. And by the time I got into the martial arts, all of a sudden, you know, out comes the division bell. It was like a saving moment for me. I listened to this when I would meditate as part of my recovery. This is a very important album to me, folks. And I'm glad that it's got some traction here. I would rank it maybe just a nudge higher. I would rank it over Atom Heart Mother, and I love Atom Heart Mother. Okay? So, and that's at number 7. Number 7, Atom Heart Mother. And then we've got at number 6, Pink Floyd, the Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Okay, so it's ranking very high. Now, I love, oh God, Interstellar Overdrive, all of that stuff. Oh my God, you know, that's a great album. I wasn't into it. I had to go back. All right, I've said this before. I got into Pink Floyd late. I wasn't one of the cool kids who go, oh yes. Matter of fact, my brother David, him and I shared a room. He's about 2 years younger than me. We shared a room together growing up, and David had Pink Floyd albums. He had Uma Guma, and I think he had Saucer Full of Secrets, if I recall. He also got turned on to Grand Funk before me, the little snot. But, you know, I got turned on to them with Dark Side of the Moon. Okay, I was late to the game.
Dark Side
but,
of the Moon, too.
Yeah, oh God,
Yeah.
you know, it's a masterpiece.
Oh, I grew up with that one.
Yeah. It would vie for, out of maybe 5 albums in the history of a classic rock, baby.
Oh, yeah.
The Dark Side of the Moon is probably one of 5 albums that I would be tempted to put up as the greatest classic rock album of all time.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Okay? A lot of people have gotten burnt out on it.
Oh, and it's got a special place in my heart, you know.
Yeah.
That's the first one that I was ever turned on to with Pink Floyd. So
Yeah, it was my first love, too.
Oh, blew my mind. Yeah,
Yeah, that first love is so special, isn't it, baby?
It is.
Oh boy.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I remember buying the album and it came out and it was like, God, this is right around the time I'm discovering Queen, I'm discovering Montrose, you know, Joe Walsh and Barnstorm.
You were a little bit ahead of my time, huh? Yeah. Just a little.
Just a little?
Just a little.
A lot longer than I'd care to admit.
No.
But then at number 5, now we're in the top 5, metal. Yeah, now I don't have a trouble with it being number 5, but in order for me to, if I were to nudge things and stuff, it might be a little lower than this. But I could see why. It's a fine album, right? As a matter of fact, I'm getting these albums as I can. A lot of my longtime viewers know I've gotten back into vinyl, so I'm relatively new buying vinyl again, right? And I do have a backwards image tonight, folks. We're working on that, and I've mentioned that in past streams, so I won't mention it tonight. But there's a reason why the image is backwards. But I've been picking up these albums as I can get them. You know, I've already shared the fact this is why this one was on the list. Pink Floyd at Pompeii, of course. I've got the 50th anniversary of Dark Side of the Moon. As a matter of fact, that's on pure clear vinyl. I've got the remix, is that 2018, of Animals, and I still need to get the original mix because I like the acoustic cuts on the original album better than this, but I like the rest of this slightly better than the original mix. It's too bad I have to listen to two different albums to get the album I want, but I want to get that. Of course, I've just recently picked up The Wall. I am reassessing it. Still, I've been so busy with the channel. Believe it or not, I promised you guys a couple of months ago. I'm reassessing it. Well, I'm still doing that. Of course, I've got, the final cut we'll talk about. And we're going to talk about some of these. And this is the latest acquisition that I got. And then they turned around on me and put out a box set that I now have to get. But of course, wish you were here. All right, folks? So now, those aren't all my favorite albums. Some of them I found out in the wild. It was a good used copy for a very good price, or I got it on an auction or something like that for a lot of these albums, or several of these albums. And then I went and got the ones I just had to have, right? So Metal at number 5, that's fair. I can see the reasoning. Animals at number 4, one of my very favorite albums, and probably in my top 3, if I'm really honest. Okay? I'd have to rethink that because I'm also listening to Wish You Were Here, and I'm doing a reassessment between those two albums. But what do you guys think? The 4th best album by Pink Floyd, Animals. All right, that gets us to the top 3. Top 3, and one that I would have thought, actually, if I had just tried to guess this list with just out listening to it, this is one I would have thought would have been number 2, most definitely, and that's The Wall. When that came out, everybody said that's the greatest thing Pink Floyd did since sliced bread. That's even better, Dark Side of the Moon. I always felt it was a little bloated. I'm reassessing it again with some of their very best material on it as well. That was my whole idea of it. It would be in my top 5 or 6. But again, I'm reassessing it. Maybe it'll go higher as time goes. So what could beat it for the number 2 spot? Because I think we're all seeing where this list is going. Well, Wish You Were Here. And that's exactly why I am reassessing Wish You Were Here. I want to hear it. I want to hear it in comparison to Animals. And I have no trouble with Wish You Were Here as the number 2 album by Pink Floyd. And then at the number 1 spot, surprise upon surprises. I know you're not going to believe it, folks. I know that you dared to hope that this would somehow rise to a decent level, if nothing else. But number 1, The Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Moon.
No surprise there, huh, baby?
Nope.
Number 1.
No
number
surprise.
1 right there. Do you see anybody out there? This device is so small. What are some of our viewers saying is like their top 1, top 2? I see a couple. Fast Eagle saying
Ben
Metal.
says Wish You Were Here is number 1.
Yeah. Who was Beast again? That was Deuce's Wild,
That's
right?
Deuce, yeah.
Yeah. Metal.
Beast LVX.
Yeah. Vayek, is that how you say your name? I hope I'm saying that right. He says, where'd he go? Metal or Metal? So he's mentioning Metal here. Umaguma's cover is just incredible, says Deuce. He goes, what an artistic, symbolic statement. Yeah. And the whole idea, boy, you can get into alternative universes.
Deuce says that
the
Wish
power
You Were
of
Here
mirrors.
is his number 1.
What's that?
Deuce says that Wish You Were Here is his number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fastly growing on me.
Yeah.
It really, oh man, it really is. What a powerful, powerful album it is. Let's see if anybody else has anything to say here. Dalek Lives Matter. Christian was saying, really was the 3rd incarnation of the band. Okay, so where is Dalek's? There it is. Division is one of their Monolith album in my opinion. Yeah, me too. It's got to be in the top 5. I don't know though if it's quite got the power to hit that 5th position for me. But any one, Led Zeppelin did 9 masterpiece albums. Did Pink Floyd meet that? With the addition of
Kate says the wall.
Pink Floyd at Pompeii, the live album. If I'm allowed to use that, I would say yeah. I drool over that album.
Yeah.
It's based on, it's the same mix and everything, isn't it? On what happens with the movie. But it's so nice to have it as an album, just listen to it as a music and not having, the film going off in the background or you shutting your screen off so that you can just listen to the music. Just play the damn album now, right? And that's another thing, folks. How are you guys watching this? We haven't talked about media. How many of you are into like the vinyl thing? I'm into it. How many of you are into CDs? And how many of you are listening to these bands through by digital means? Through streaming. Maybe what's that? Like Apple Music. Spotify was the other one I was trying to think of. And if you are able to listen to classic rock through those devices and bring music into you, this is a good idea. What we've covered tonight, this list, especially, I think the list is pretty noble. I don't agree with it 100%.
Taylor 315 just came in
Taylor,
with a super
thank you.
thing. It just came into the stream like that.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Taylor. That's
Taylor,
so
is this
nice.
your first time? I would remember the name Taylor before. Oh my goodness. I'll give you a thumbs up. I'm on a different device, otherwise I'd heart that sucker in a heartbeat, Taylor. Welcome if this is your first time. $10 super thanks, baby.
Yeah.
Another fantastic show tonight, Michael. So Taylor's been around.
Yeah, Taylor has
I haven't
been
noticed
around.
him. I have a nephew named Taylor.
Yeah, he doesn't, not in the chat a lot, but that was a surprise.
Yeah.
So nice. Thank you, Taylor.
Yeah. He says, thank you for all these great live streams you do for us. Oh, good Lord.
So
and I
nice.
do it for you folks.
That's so
all right. I try to do something that's a little different than a lot of streams do. A lot of streams will come up and they'll have a panel like Royce does, right? But Royce is closer to what I do here than he is to a lot of other panel-driven streams, right? We try to choose a theme. Or a band, or an artist, or, a generalized classic rock theme. I've been doing this since forever, and so is Royce. And we like to have a discussion around that. I do it by having Kimberly tether me to you, right, while I'm going. And then I try to give you a presentation like I have today. The reason I was up a few minutes late, if I don't show up at 5 p.m. on the spot, I'm minutes. It always means I'm on my phone right here and I'm retyping my notes. There's a better way to say that, Or maybe you don't want to bring up that stupid remark and, ace it right up to the minute I get up here. But I put it all together for you, the viewer, not for just those who give us super thanks, but I am truly, truly grateful for all of your super thanks. Always, folks. You don't know how important that is to this channel. And both Kimberly and I are humbled by those wonderful gifts every single time.
Yes.
But besides those folks, it's you, the viewer. I hope you're getting something out of this. Matter of fact, if you have, give me a thumbs up. How are we doing on thumbs up today?
We are at,
I'm just checking.
let's see, 44 thumbs
44.
up. Yes.
My goodness, we came close to 50 tonight, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Not
we
bad.
did.
Not bad. Not bad.
We've been having a good chat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's great chat. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I love this. Let's see if anybody else has anything to say. It slipped me over to another stream. Eunice. Good Lord. Oh, Lord. All right, let me see. Skip up here a ways. Dalek Lives Matter There's a great vid when Zappa jammed with them. I think it's on YouTube. Jammed with who? I must have missed this. The Zero Room, when it's consistently spoken about. Yes, it does get tiresome. You know, I've gone up so far, I can't get to the beginnings of some of these conversations. Let's see. Deuces Wild says, Flounder, he says, Umaguma's cover is just incredible. What an artistic, symbolic statement. Agreed. Flounder Sam Brown sang background on that show. Man, she was something. So I didn't get up quite high enough for some of these comments. Bob Ezrin says, Vayak, I'm trying to still pronounce that. Vayak says, Bob Ezrin produced The Wall in 1976. Ezrin produced Destroyer by Kiss, and then The Elder in 1981 because of the success of The Wall. Yeah, and there was didn't they at one point instruct David Gilmour to go listen to disco and stuff like that? Bob Ezrin knows how to sugarcoat an album, right? But so much of what he did, he also can hit it spot on. You know, sometimes he's too sugar-coated, but I think he hit a sweet spot on The Wall. And David Gilmour, it didn't really affect his playing too much, you know. But he tried to get the juju going by listening and accepting homework from his commander. You know, yes, Roberts, I shall do that immediately. He went out to some nightclubs, kind of listened to some of the groove, kind of instilled that kind of stuff like. I would do that on recordings. I'd use that, you know, kind of slide up rhythm in a totally different way that was not disco at all. Left that to the average white band, didn't I, baby?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Well, I'm, if nothing else, a gentleman.
Yep. Oh, you are totally.
All right, folks. I had a wonderful time tonight. Next stream will be on Sunday evening. All right. I'm thinking, now you guys let me know in the comments what you think about this. I'm going through that book of Wings, and I really didn't even get through everything that I had covered because of the truncation of that video. I'd like to do a part 2, but I'm going to, I think, just kind of set it as a new project. What do you guys think of discussing the entire Paul McCartney 2025 offering package, which includes his book entitled Wings? It includes a 2026 release with a lot of 2025 prep and, you know, kind of encouraging folks to go see it. Paul McCartney's new documentary film, Man on the Run, and in connection with those two, of course, the new box set, the anthology entitled Wings, because there are inconsistencies. And what a tangled web we weave. I'd really like to sink my teeth into that story. What do you guys think? Let me know, okay? If you guys are wanting to answer that, turn this on when it does for a replay real quick. You don't have to rewatch it or anything. And just leave me your comments on what you think about that being Sunday, because I'm leaning on that as the subject matter for Sunday night, and of course that'll happen at 5 p.m. PST. I'm out here in California, folks. Californication. That's where I'm from, Central Valley, and so I stream 5 p.m. Central Valley time. So adjust your times accordingly. Make sure you guys, your subscriptions are turned on. Make sure your notification bells are turned on. Like I said at the beginning of this stream,
Pacific
you never know
Central Time.
when I'll do a renegade stream, folks. And it's the folks who are subscribed and got their notification bells that are usually the first ones to get in on those streams. I love each and every one of you. I had a great time tonight. Worked real hard on this one. And this one will have more to say as we go along. okay? Because I'm using what you guys say, and I'm going to put together a list. The list that I have been saying and swearing to God, I don't want to do it, Mommy. It's painful.
Okay.
You know, I don't know what to do with Pink Floyd half the time. You know, what a wacky band. Why do I love them so much, Kimberly?
I don't know.
I don't particularly like Roger Waters.
I know, but
David Gilmour and his wife piss me off sometimes
their
too.
music. Their music.
Their
The music.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. It
Bunch
sure
of
is.
loons get together and somehow create a cacophony of wonderment before our ears. And that kind of says it. You know, it's always about the music. It's about the song. It's about how and what and the artistic expression, isn't it, folks?
Yeah.
Okay, I love each and every one of you. I'll see you on Sunday at 5 p.m. and then at 6:30 PST, right? About a
Pacific
half hour.
Central Time, yes.
Yeah, about a half hour after I shut down, I'll be up on the Four Horsemen with Royce Eddings, Dan McNew, and Chris Elliott, and we'll be talking about, I don't know, Royce hasn't told me.
Rock music.
He never tells me shit, you know that.
Classic rock.
Yeah, he keeps me in the dark all the time. You know, sending me those damned albums, one after. Remember? He's a sneaky bastard.
Yeah.
He really is.
But he's a doll.
Well, he's my sneaky bastard, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm stuck with you, Royce.
Yeah.
All right, brother. And to the rest of the tribe, sayonara until next time. Is that even PC to say anymore?
You can say
I
whatever
don't give
you
a damn.
want.
Sayonara until tomorrow. All right? Or the day after tomorrow. Or the day after tomorrow. Sayonara. All right, folks.
Good
night.
night.